Unrest began in Bulgaria on September 6 and 7, 1944, with the strikes of the Punic miners and the Sofia tram employees, as well as the general strikes in Plovdiv and Gabrovo. The prisons in Pleven, Varna and Sliven all had their political prisoners released. 170 localities were entered by partisan detachments between September 6 and September 8. In many cities and villages, the strikes and meetings grew into armed clashes with the police, with victims on both sides. On September 8, 1944, the Red Army entered Bulgaria, meeting no resistance on the orders of the new Bulgarian government. On the evening of September 9, Army units together with Fatherland Front detachments captured key locations in Sofia, like the Ministry of War, the Ministry of Internal Affairs, the Post Office, the telegraph stations, the radio and railway stations. Early in the morning, the new Prime Minister Kymon Georgiev informed the people on the radio of the shuffle, saying, with the complete awareness that it is a true and full voice of the popular will, the Fatherland Front assumes in that fateful hour and difficult conditions the government of the country in order to save it from destruction. On September 9, on the order of the People's Liberation Insurgent Army Commander-in-Chief Dobry Turpshev, all partisan units descended from the mountains and took over the villages and cities' governments. In most places, this was not met with much resistance, but in other cases army and police units loyal to the old government put up violent resistance to the Fatherland Front forces. In Sofia, Plovdiv, the region of Punic, Shumen and Haskova, the old regime's supporters were defeated by military action, with the army coming under the effective control of the Fatherland Front. The establishment of the new leadership took the longest in Haskovo, where partisans and other anti-fascists seized the artillery barracks on September 12, but suffered many casualties, as their negotiations with the commanding officers failed to reach a compromise. As of September 9, the Red Army had not reached Sofia, but did remain in northeastern Bulgaria, since the Bulgarian communists were capable of assuming power without help from the Red Army. The former Prime Minister Konstantin Muravov was arrested, as were Simeon II's regents, members of the former government, and some army detachment heads. On September 10, the police force was abolished and replaced with a popular militia consisting mainly of recent partisans. 8,130 political prisoners were released from the prisons, and the concentration camps of the former regime were closed down. Fascist organizations were banned, as were their publications. The former regents, Prince Kirill, Bogdan Filov, and Nikola Mihov, were executed in February 1945. On September 8, 1946, a referendum about the further destiny of the monarchy was held. Based on the results of the referendum, Bulgaria was declared People's Republic on September 15, 1946. After the coup, the Bulgarian army joined the Third Ukrainian Front and helped drive out the Germans from Yugoslavia and Hungary, reaching as far as Klagenfurt in Austria by April 1945. Although Bulgaria was not recognized as a proper member of the Allies, it still managed to keep southern Dobrua, which it had acquired in 1940 per the Treaty of Craiova. The government of Kymon Georgiev, established in December 1944, became one of the main catalysts for the wave of terror in the country. Between 10,000 and 40,000 people were killed or missing in the first 4 months after the communist regime overtook Bulgaria. Bulgarian communists consolidated their leading role in the Fatherland Front coalition, reducing its members from 5 to 2 political parties, working with the Agrarian Union. The Danova constitution was removed and replaced by the new pro-communist Republican Dimitrov constitution in 1947, after the successful Republic referendum in 1940.